Hi Gemini, welcome to your March 2022 reading. Actually, since I've started off with the other deck, I'm actually going to be using the other deck. I hope you've been doing well. It's an interesting time period for us all. So let's get started. That was way too many. That just fell out. I'm gonna wait for a few cards to jump out before I full on start doing the reading. However, sometimes I just mess up, and when I'm shuffling, I put cards back in the reverse position, and then I feel bad because it's not supposed to. Oh my god. Right. Let me rearrange this. I feel like this has been, at least February has been kind of a very, actually this should be here. February has been kind of a really interesting month for you in the sense of you haven't probably been able to make out anything that's going on properly. And I get that. It's not an easy thing to do when life is just coming at you fast. Just want to make sure that everything looks like aesthetically pleasing. It's really hard to see as I'm like looking in the viewfinder, because then I look at the actual video and I'm like, no, that's not right. Something there is not right. Okay, so it's been a really interesting time because things have just been really hectic. There were just so many astrological things going on during the past few weeks that I feel like right now we're just getting like that two weeks, I think, where everything is direct. Although time is passing by so fast that I don't even know if like things are direct anymore, because I don't pay attention to dates. I literally have no idea what day it is, which is really funny because I should know that, because I work a full-time job with deadlines. Anyway, again, I'm just holding off talking about the actual cards until I have them all on the table. Okay, so, right, so let's get started with your first week of March. We have the Hermit and the Seven of Pentacles. This is going to be a really interesting month because it's going to start off by a lot of introspection, and I feel like this applies to a lot of the other signs as well. There are just going to be a lot of thoughts put out into the universe, and you're going to be thinking, did I do this thing right? Did I do that thing right? Did that relationship that I dealt with, was that fine the way that I approached it? And you know, Geminis do have that tendency to analyze a lot and just make sure that the decision that they made was either the right one or the wrong one, and then they tend to dwell on it. And in this case, it looks like you made some sort of decision when it came to your career, or just like your material things, material possessions, things that you can touch pretty much, that just left you thinking a little bit too hard about it. And the first week of March is most probably going to be about like, why did I do that? Was that the right thing to do? I feel like I gave away a part of the things that I was working on for a very, very long time. And I'm here to tell you that, you know, things happen, you know, sometimes we think we're doing the right thing, and it turns out that in the long run, we weren't doing the right thing. And then there's kind of the opposite of that, right? Where you think you didn't do the right thing, but then it sucks for a while, and then things just pop right back into place. And I get the feeling that for you, that's exactly what happened. You just need to give it some time for you to realize that actually your intuition was completely correct. And what ended up happening just had to happen in order to set up a better future for you. In the second week, all those feelings are coming out. If you were the hermit before and you were just kind of thinking about it internally, in the second week, you just start like letting it all out. And at this point, you have to kind of balance your emotional state when it comes to, you know, figuring out like, did I do the right thing with, you know, actually going to work, doing the thing that you do on the regular, doing the thing that you do daily, with like making sure that those emotions do not implode on people who are close to you. And of course, for a Gemini, that can be extremely hard. You are either full on very open about like the way that you're feeling, the way that things are, or you are just very closed and you don't know how to express yourself. And so you see how there's like the sense of balance, trying to achieve that balance in the second week. And then we have the Temperance card in the third week, where you just really are starting to figure it out. Where in the second week, it was very possible for you to like, you know, start an argument because you're kind of frustrated with yourself and you just weren't sure where to go in life. Things will start balancing out in the third week, and you will see much more of that, much more like the what's it called? The bright side of the tunnel in the third week of March. That argumentative phase is going to end really quickly. And you're just going to start realizing that, you know, everything that happened had to happen. And, you know, it's not necessarily that you did anything wrong. It's just that you, every sacrifice comes with a period of time where you just have to think about it. And this is the time where you think about it. If a lot of these thoughts and arguments were coming up at work, or when it came to a project that you were working on, they are going to start dying down a lot by the third week, especially by the end of the third week, and you are just going to feel a lot more free and a lot less eager to prove yourself right. Either it's going to be really easy for you to get people to agree with you because you're just Geminis are just so much easier to agree with when they're easygoing, or it's actually going to be the opposite, where like if you know you're wrong, you're just going to let things slide and like you're not going to try to prove people right. And both ways work, I think. Sorry about that, I just kicked the chair. Both ways work in this situation, because by the fourth week, you just truly realize that all the decisions that you have made have been the correct ones for you. You become, it's very easy for you to tell who and what serves the bigger purpose for you, who and what like is just a fad and just will not bring you anything good in life, and who and what will actually end up creating a positive experience for you in the long run or in the short term. And you just begin to trust your intuition, because that thing that you were just kind of lost about, that you were kind of not sure about, the thing that you gave away that you thought that might have just not been finished, not ready to be given away, now looks like it was just at the right time and everything worked out for the better. And this month ends up in a culmination of you realizing that actually I am allowed to trust my intuition. I am allowed to, you know, like everything that I do, I kind of know in the back of my mind that it's going to work out, and that's the way it should be. So I would say just make sure that even if things don't look good in the very moment, just know that most likely in your gut, you know exactly what you're doing. And in the fourth week of March, you will just gain this entirely new experience of trusting yourself, this entirely new ability of trusting yourself. And that's really all that I can say about March. Please like, comment, and subscribe, especially if you would like a mid-month check-in. Your feedback really does mean a lot to me. And thank you so much for watching. This was Adoratio Tarot. See you soon, and bye, Gemini.